The next phrase is on top of the world. On top of the world means to feel extremely happy or successful. He was on top of the world after winning the competition. This means he felt very happy and proud. She felt on top of the world when she got her promotion. This means she was extremely pleased with her success. After the concert, the band was on top of the world. This means they were very satisfied and proud of their performance. The next phrase is under the weather. Under the weather means to feel ill or unwell. I'm feeling a bit under the weather today. This means I'm feeling slightly sick. She's been under the weather all week. This means she has been feeling unwell for several days. He was under the weather and couldn't attend the meeting. This means he was too sick to go to the meeting. The next phrase is get caught. Get caught means to be discovered doing something wrong or illegal. He got caught stealing from the store. This means he was discovered and punished for stealing. She got caught in the lie she told. This means her lie was uncovered. They got caught in a traffic jam. This means they were stuck in traffic and couldn't move. The next phrase is out of touch. Out of touch means to no longer communicate or be aware of something. He's been out of touch with his old friends since moving. This means he hasn't communicated with them recently. I've been out of touch with the latest news. This means I haven't been updated or informed about recent events. She feels out of touch with the current trends. This means she doesn't understand or follow what's popular now. The next phrase is stuck with somebody. Stuck with somebody means to be forced to spend time with someone you may not want to. I'm stuck with my younger brother for the weekend. This means I have to spend the weekend with him. She was stuck with a difficult colleague at work. This means she had to work closely with someone challenging. He's stuck with his parents for the holiday. This means he has to spend the holiday with them. The next phrase is stuck with something. Stuck with something means to have to deal with something unpleasant or unwanted. He's stuck with a broken car. This means he has to deal with the problem of his broken car. She's stuck with the extra work after her colleague left. This means she has to handle the work that was left behind. They're stuck with a lot of unused furniture. This means they have to find a way to deal with the furniture they don't need. The next phrase is be in the balance. Be in the balance means to be uncertain or undecided, often about a future outcome. His future with the company is in the balance. This means it's uncertain whether he will stay or leave. The decision to cancel the event is still in the balance. This means it hasn't been decided yet. Their chances of winning the competition are in the balance. This means it's still uncertain whether they will win. The next phrase is hang in the balance. Hang in the balance means to be in a state of uncertainty, often about an outcome. The outcome of the match hangs in the balance. This means it's uncertain whether the match will end in victory or defeat. Her future at the company is hanging in the balance. This means it's still undecided whether she will stay or leave. The decision on the new project hangs in the balance. This means it has not yet been decided whether the project will go ahead. The next phrase is be yet to do something. Be yet to do something means that something has not been done up to this point. He's yet to finish his homework. This means he has not completed his homework yet. The team is yet to announce the winner. This means they have not announced the winner so far. She is yet to receive the invitation. This means she has not received the invitation yet. The next phrase is have yet to do something. Have yet to do something means that something has not been done, similar to be yet to do something. We have yet to meet with the new manager. This means we have not met with the new manager so far. I have yet to visit that restaurant. This means I haven't visited the restaurant yet. They have yet to finish their report. This means they have not completed the report yet. The next phrase is run counter to something. Run counter to something means to be in direct opposition or disagreement with something. His actions run counter to the company's values. This means his actions are against what the company believes in. The decision runs counter to common sense. This means the decision goes against what seems logical. Her views run counter to the mainstream opinion. This means her opinions are in opposition to the common beliefs. The next phrase is grudge. Grudge means a persistent feeling of resentment or dislike, often over something past. He holds a grudge against his colleague for the incident. This means he still feels resentment because of the past incident. She has a grudge against him for what happened years ago. This means she hasn't forgiven him for something that happened long ago. They settled their grudge after years of disagreement. This means they resolved their long-standing resentment. The next phrase is bear a grudge. Bear a grudge means to continue to feel resentment or ill will towards someone for something that happened in the past. He bears a grudge against his old friend. This means he still feels angry or resentful towards his old friend. She bears a grudge from a disagreement years ago. This means she still holds on to resentment from an old argument. They both bear grudges against each other. This means they both feel animosity towards one another. The next phrase is resemblance. Resemblance means a similarity or likeness between two things or people. There's a strong resemblance between the two sisters. This means the two sisters look very similar to each other. His resemblance to his father is striking. This means he looks very much like his father. The resemblance between the painting and the photograph is obvious. This means the painting looks very similar to the photograph. The next phrase is bear resemblance to. Bear resemblance to means to look like or be similar to something or someone. She bears a resemblance to her mother. This means she looks like her mother. The painting bears a resemblance to the famous artwork. This means the painting is similar to the famous artwork. His mannerisms bear a resemblance to those of his grandfather. This means his behavior is similar to his grandfather's. The next phrase is bear little resemblance to. Bear little resemblance to means to have only a small amount of similarity or none at all. The new design bears little resemblance to the old one. This means the new design is very different from the old one. The movie bears little resemblance to the book. This means the movie is very different from the book. His performance bears little resemblance to what he promised. This means his performance is not what he had expected or stated. The next phrase is bear striking resemblance to. Bear striking resemblance to means to look very similar to something or someone, often in an obvious way. She bears a striking resemblance to her grandmother. This means she looks very much like her grandmother. The new actor bears a striking resemblance to the famous director. This means the actor looks very similar to the director. This painting bears a striking resemblance to the artist's earlier works. This means the painting looks very much like the artist's previous pieces. The next phrase is bear no resemblance to. Bear no resemblance to means to look completely different from something or someone. His attitude bears no resemblance to his previous behavior. This means his attitude is completely different from how he behaved before. The new house bears no resemblance to the old one. This means the new house looks nothing like the old one. Her actions bear no resemblance to the promises she made. This means her actions are completely different from what she promised. The next phrase is bear relation to. Bear relation to means to be connected or relevant to something. This issue bears relation to the recent changes in policy. This means this issue is connected to the recent policy changes. The story bears relation to the current political climate. This means the story is relevant to the current political situation. The data bears relation to the findings of previous studies. This means the data is related to the findings of earlier research. The next phrase is bear responsibility to. Bear responsibility to means to have an obligation or duty to answer to someone or something. He bears responsibility to his team for the project's outcome. This means he is accountable to his team for the project's success or failure. The manager bears responsibility to the board of directors. This means the manager is accountable to the board for his or her actions. She bears responsibility to the community for the safety of the building. This means she is responsible for ensuring the building's safety. The next phrase is bear fruit. Bear fruit means to produce successful or positive results, often after effort or time. All their hard work is beginning to bear fruit. This means their efforts are now showing positive results. His research bore fruit after several years of study. This means his research produced useful or successful results after a long period. The changes in the company are starting to bear fruit. This means the changes are starting to show positive outcomes. The next phrase is behind closed doors. Behind closed doors means in private, away from the public view or attention. The negotiations were held behind closed doors. This means the negotiations took place privately, without anyone else watching. Many important decisions are made behind closed doors. This means significant decisions are often made in private. The meeting was behind closed doors to discuss confidential matters. This means the meeting was private in order to talk about sensitive issues. The next phrase is behind somebody's back. Behind somebody's back means to do something secretly, without that person knowing, often in a way that betrays trust. She made the decision behind his back. This means she made the decision secretly, without his knowledge. They talked behind her back about the new project. This means they discussed the project secretly, without her knowing. He was talking behind my back about my work performance. This means he was discussing my performance secretly, without my awareness. The next phrase is behind the scenes. Behind the scenes means in private, or the actions and processes that occur out of public view, often referring to things that happen in the background. The team worked hard behind the scenes to ensure the event went smoothly. This means the team did a lot of work privately to make sure the event was successful. There's a lot that goes on behind the scenes in a movie production. This means much of the work and planning happens privately during a film production. The company's success was largely due to efforts behind the scenes. This means the company's success was due to work that was done privately and out of sight. The next phrase is bend the rules. Bend the rules means to stretch or alter the rules, often in a way that is not entirely correct or ethical. He bent the rules to get ahead in his career. This means he altered the rules to progress in his job, possibly unethically. Sometimes companies have to bend the rules to meet deadlines. This means companies sometimes have to make exceptions to the rules to meet time constraints. She bent the rules to make the situation work. This means she changed or adjusted the rules to make things fit her needs. The next phrase is stretch. Stretch means to extend or make something longer or to increase beyond the usual limits. She stretched the fabric to fit the frame. This means she made the fabric longer to fit the frame. The company stretched its budget to cover extra costs. This means the company used more money than planned to cover additional expenses. He tried to stretch the time available to finish the project. This means he tried to use as much time as possible to complete the project. The next phrase is stretch the rules. Stretch the rules means to slightly break or bend the rules, often in a way that isn't entirely improper, but goes beyond what is acceptable. He stretched the rules to get the deal done quickly. This means he made exceptions to the rules in order to finalize the deal faster. She stretched the rules a little when negotiating the terms. This means she slightly altered the rules during the negotiation process. They stretched the rules to allow more flexibility in the application process. This means they adjusted the rules to make the process more flexible. The next phrase is dignity. Dignity means the quality of being worthy of honor and respect, or maintaining a sense of self-respect. He handled the situation with great dignity. This means he managed the situation with respect and composure. She lost her dignity after the public scandal. This means she lost her sense of self-respect and honor due to the scandal. Maintaining your dignity in difficult situations is important. This means it is important to keep your self-respect even when facing challenges. The next phrase is beneath your dignity. Beneath your dignity means something is too low or unworthy for someone of your status or character. It would be beneath her dignity to argue with him. This means it would be too unworthy for her to engage in an argument with him. Working in that environment is beneath his dignity. This means that job or environment is not suitable for him given his higher status. He felt it was beneath his dignity to ask for help. This means he thought asking for help was unworthy of him. The next phrase is beside the point. Beside the point means irrelevant or not directly related to the main issue. His comments about the weather were beside the point. This means his remarks about the weather were not relevant to the discussion. What she said about the past is beside the point. This means her remarks about the past do not matter in the current discussion. The question of money is beside the point here. This means the issue of money is not relevant to the current matter. The next phrase is beyond somebody's reach. Beyond somebody's reach means something is impossible for someone to obtain or achieve. The promotion was beyond his reach. This means he couldn't achieve the promotion. The treasure seemed beyond their reach. This means the treasure appeared impossible for them to find or get. His dream job was beyond his reach due to lack of experience. This means he couldn't get his dream job because he didn't have the necessary experience. The next phrase is beyond belief. Beyond belief means something is so extraordinary, unbelievable, or surprising that it is hard to accept or understand. The news was beyond belief. This means the news was so shocking it was hard to believe. Her generosity was beyond belief. This means her kindness or generosity was so great that it was hard to imagine. The accident was beyond belief. No one expected it to happen. This means the accident was so unexpected and shocking that it was hard to believe. The next phrase is dispute. Dispute means a disagreement, argument, or conflict about something. There was a dispute over the ownership of the land. This means there was an argument about who owns the land. The dispute between the two companies lasted for years. This means the argument or conflict between the companies continued for a long time. They are in dispute over the contract terms. This means they are having a disagreement regarding the terms of the contract. The next phrase is beyond dispute. Beyond dispute means something is so clear or certain that it cannot be questioned or denied. His talent is beyond dispute. This means his talent is unquestionable and clear to everyone. The evidence was beyond dispute, leaving no room for doubt. This means the evidence was so strong and clear that no one could challenge it. Her dedication to the project was beyond dispute. This means her commitment to the project was obvious and could not be doubted. The next phrase is beyond your wildest dreams. Beyond your wildest dreams means something is so extraordinary or amazing that it is beyond what you could have imagined or hoped for. The success of the movie went beyond our wildest dreams. This means the movie's success was much greater than we could have ever imagined. Their wedding was beyond her wildest dreams. This means her wedding was more beautiful and perfect than she ever imagined. The vacation was beyond their wildest dreams, full of adventures. This means the vacation was so amazing and exciting that it exceeded their expectations. The next phrase is shadow of a doubt. Shadow of a doubt means a small or slight amount of uncertainty or doubt about something. I believe she's guilty, but there's still a shadow of a doubt. This means I believe she is guilty, but there is still some uncertainty. There is not a shadow of a doubt that he was the one who broke the vase. This means it is absolutely certain that he was the one who broke the vase. They are still investigating, as there's a shadow of a doubt about the evidence. This means they are still unsure about the evidence and are continuing to look into it. The next phrase is beyond a shadow of a doubt. Beyond a shadow of a doubt means something is absolutely certain with no room for any doubt. The police proved beyond a shadow of a doubt that he committed the crime. This means the police provided undeniable evidence that he committed the crime. Her innocence was established beyond a shadow of a doubt. This means it was completely clear and certain that she was innocent. The evidence was so clear it was beyond a shadow of a doubt. This means the evidence was completely convincing and left no doubt. The next phrase is without a shadow of a doubt. Without a shadow of a doubt means without any doubt or uncertainty in the clearest possible way. He is, without a shadow of a doubt, the best candidate for the job. This means there is no doubt that he is the best candidate. She proved without a shadow of a doubt that she was right. This means she provided undeniable evidence that she was correct. The team won the match without a shadow of a doubt. This means the team's victory was certain and unquestionable. The next phrase is bits and pieces. Bits and pieces refers to small parts or fragments of something. She brought bits and pieces of information from the meeting. This means she brought small bits of information from the meeting. He's only got bits and pieces of the story. This means he only knows a few details about the story. I have some bits and pieces of the puzzle but need more to finish it. This means I have only a few parts of the puzzle and need the rest to complete it. The next phrase is blow it. Blow it means to fail or mess up something, often due to poor decision making. He blew it by missing the interview. This means he ruined his chance by not attending the interview. She didn't study and ended up blowing it in the final exam. This means she failed the final exam because she didn't prepare. They had a great opportunity but blew it with bad timing. This means they ruined a great opportunity because of poor timing. The next phrase is blow your chance. Blow your chance means to ruin or lose an opportunity. He blew his chance at a promotion by arriving late to the meeting. This means he lost the opportunity for a promotion because of his lateness. Don't blow your chances by being unprepared. This means don't ruin your opportunity by being unready. She blew her chance to win by making a mistake. This means she lost the opportunity to win because of an error. The next phrase is mess it up. Mess it up means to make a mistake or cause something to go wrong. I didn't mean to mess it up. I was just nervous. This means I didn't intend to make a mistake, but I was anxious. He messed it up by not following the instructions. This means he made a mistake by not doing things correctly. She messed up her presentation and it was difficult to recover. This means she made mistakes during her presentation and it was hard to fix them. The next phrase is screw it up. Screw it up means to make a serious mistake or handle something poorly. He really screwed it up by forgetting their anniversary. This means he made a big mistake by forgetting an important date. I don't want to screw it up, so I'll double check everything. This means I want to avoid making mistakes, so I'll check carefully. She screwed up the interview by arriving late. This means she ruined her chance by being late to the interview. The next phrase is drop the ball. Drop the ball means to fail to do something important or to make a mistake, especially by being careless. He dropped the ball and forgot to send the email. This means he made a careless mistake by not sending the email. The team dropped the ball in the final minutes of the game. This means the team failed or made mistakes at a crucial time. You can't afford to drop the ball on this project. This means it's important not to make mistakes with this task. The next phrase is blow your mind. Blow your mind means to amaze or impress someone greatly. The movie's ending will blow your mind. This means the ending is incredibly surprising or impressive. That magician's trick blew my mind. This means I was completely amazed by the trick. The view from the top of the mountain blew my mind. This means the scenery was stunning and unforgettable. The next phrase is body and soul. Body and soul means with complete effort, emotion, or involvement. She devoted herself to the cause, body and soul. This means she gave her full energy and passion to it. He was committed to his music, body and soul. This means he gave everything he had to his music. They fought for their country, body and soul. This means they gave everything, physically and emotionally, in service. The next word is squad. Squad refers to a small, organized group of people, often for a particular purpose. The rescue squad arrived quickly. This means a team trained for emergencies came fast. He joined the local football squad. This means he became part of the local football team. The police formed a new squad to handle cybercrimes. This means a special team was created to deal with online crime. The next phrase is bomb squad. Bomb squad means a specialized team trained to handle and defuse explosives. The bomb squad was called to investigate the suspicious package. This means experts were sent to check a possible bomb. You need the bomb squad for situations like this. This means only trained professionals can deal with explosive threats. The bomb squad safely defused the device. This means the team made the explosive safe without harm. The next phrase is drug squad. Drug squad refers to a police unit that deals with drug-related crimes. The drug squad arrested several people in the raid. This means the police team handling drug cases made arrests. He works in the drug squad of the city police. This means he's part of the anti-drug unit. The drug squad found large quantities of illegal substances. This means the police discovered many illegal drugs. The next phrase is fraud squad. Fraud squad refers to a police unit that investigates financial crimes and deception. The fraud squad is looking into the company's accounts. This means financial crime experts are examining the company's finances. He was interviewed by the fraud squad about the missing funds. This means he spoke with police specialists about financial irregularities. The fraud squad uncovered a major scam. This means the team discovered serious illegal financial activity. The next phrase is riot squad. Riot squad refers to a group of police officers trained to control crowds and stop riots. The riot squad was deployed during the protest. This means specially trained officers were sent to manage the demonstration. The riot squad used shields and tear gas. This means they used equipment and force to control a dangerous crowd. You could see the riot squad preparing behind the barriers. This means officers were getting ready in case of unrest. The next phrase is cybercrime squad. Cybercrime squad means a police unit that investigates crimes involving computers and the internet. The cybercrime squad tracked the hacker. This means the team followed and found someone committing online crime. She works for the National Cybercrime Squad. This means she is part of a specialized unit handling internet crimes. The Cybercrime Squad uncovered a phishing scam. This means they discovered a fraudulent scheme targeting internet users. The next phrase is bound up with something. Bound up with something means to be closely connected or deeply involved. His identity is bound up with his work. This means his job is a big part of who he is. The country's future is bound up with its education system. This means how the country develops depends a lot on education. Her emotions are bound up with past experiences. This means her feelings are closely linked to things she went through before. The next phrase is break free. Break free means to escape from control or limitations. He managed to break free from the ropes. This means he escaped from being tied up. She broke free from a toxic relationship. This means she ended a harmful connection. The country broke free from colonial rule. This means it gained independence from foreign control. The next phrase is break new ground. Break new ground means to do something innovative or explore new areas. The scientists broke new ground in cancer research. This means they made major original progress in the field. The film breaks new ground in storytelling. This means it uses creative and original techniques. She's breaking new ground as a female leader in tech. This means she's doing something new and significant in her industry. The next phrase is break the news to somebody. Break the news to somebody means to inform someone of important or upsetting news. I had to break the news to her gently. This means I told her something serious or sad in a careful way. He broke the news of the accident to the family. This means he informed them about the unfortunate event. How do I break the news that I'm leaving the company? This means, how should I tell them I've decided to quit? The next word is breed. Breed means to cause something to happen or develop, often something negative. The next phrase is breed contempt. Breed contempt means to cause people to feel strong dislike or disrespect. Being treated unfairly breeds contempt among employees. This means unfair treatment causes employees to feel deep resentment. Constant criticism can breed contempt in a relationship. This means always criticizing can lead to loss of respect between partners. Inequality in the system breeds contempt for the law. This means unfair systems cause people to lose respect for legal rules. The next phrase is breed ignorance. Breed ignorance means to cause or encourage a lack of knowledge. Censorship breeds ignorance. This means hiding information makes people less informed. Not teaching history properly breeds ignorance of the past. This means poor education leads to people not understanding history. Limiting access to books can breed ignorance. This means when people can't read freely, they stay uninformed. The next phrase is breed violence. Breed violence means to lead to or create violent behavior. Poverty and despair can breed violence. This means hardship and hopelessness may cause people to act violently. Hatred breeds violence. This means strong negative emotions can lead to aggression. Social injustice often breeds violence. This means unfair treatment can result in unrest or conflict. The next phrase is breed resentment. Breed resentment means to cause people to feel bitterness or anger. Favoritism breeds resentment among coworkers. This means treating some employees better makes others feel bitter. Unfair rules breed resentment in the classroom. This means students become angry when rules feel unjust. Being ignored can breed resentment in a friendship. This means people may feel hurt and angry when neglected. The next word is lump. A lump is a small mass or swelling, but in expressions, it often refers to a tight feeling caused by strong emotion. The next phrase is bring a lump to your throat. Bring a lump to your throat means to make you feel like crying due to emotion. Her speech brought a lump to my throat. This means her words made me feel deeply emotional. The movie's ending brought a lump to his throat. This means it moved him so much he almost cried. Seeing the old photos brought a lump to my throat. This means the images touched me with powerful feelings. The next phrase is bring out the best in somebody. Bring out the best in somebody means to make someone behave in the most positive, effective, or kind way. Her encouragement brings out the best in her students. This means her support helps her students perform and behave better. He brings out the best in me. This means I act or perform better when I'm with him. A good leader brings out the best in the team. This means they help everyone reach their highest potential. The next phrase is bring something to light. Bring something to light means to reveal or uncover something, especially something hidden or previously unknown. The investigation brought new facts to light. This means the inquiry revealed information not known before. His diary brought the truth to light. This means reading it exposed what really happened. The audit brought financial issues to light. This means it revealed problems with the company's finances. The next phrase is burn the midnight oil. Burn the midnight oil means to work late into the night. She's burning the midnight oil to finish her thesis. This means she's staying up very late working on it. I had to burn the midnight oil before the exam. This means I studied long into the night. They often burn the midnight oil during busy season. This means they work late hours when it's busy. The next phrase is burst into flames. Burst into flames means to suddenly catch fire and start burning. The car burst into flames after the crash. This means it quickly caught fire after the accident. The tree burst into flames during the lightning storm. This means it was instantly set on fire. The oven burst into flames because of grease buildup. This means a fire started suddenly inside the oven. The next phrase is bury your face in something. Bury your face in something means to press your face into something, usually because of emotion or shyness. She buried her face in her hands and cried. This means she covered her face with her hands out of sadness. He buried his face in a pillow to muffle the sound. This means he pressed his face into it to hide his voice. The child buried her face in her mother's shoulder. This means she turned her face into her mom's body for comfort or safety. The next phrase is bury your head in something. Bury your head in something means to concentrate deeply on reading or working or to hide from reality. He buried his head in a book. This means he was fully focused on reading. She buried her head in her phone. This means she was staring at her screen, perhaps avoiding others. You can't just bury your head in the sand and ignore the problem. This means you shouldn't avoid facing reality. The next phrase is bury yourself in something. Bury yourself in something means to become deeply involved in work or study, often to avoid other things. After the breakup, she buried herself in her work. This means she focused completely on her job to distract herself. He buried himself in books before the exam. This means he studied very hard. She buried herself in research for months. This means she was deeply involved in studying. The next phrase is by all means. By all means certainly or of course, used to give permission or encourage someone to do something. If you'd like to borrow the book, by all means. This means you're fully welcome to take it. Can I come with you? By all means. This means you're absolutely allowed to join. By all means, let me know if you need help. This means feel free to ask for assistance. The next phrase is by any chance. By any chance is used in polite questions to ask if something might be true or possible. Are you free tomorrow by any chance? This means I'm asking politely if you might be available. Do you know his number by any chance? This means I'm wondering if perhaps you have it. By any chance, have you seen my keys? This maybe you saw them. I'm asking just in case. The next phrase is by the same token. By the same token means in the same way or for the same reason. He didn't like the movie. By the same token, he hated the book. This means, since he disliked the movie, he also disliked the book. She's very honest, and by the same token, expects honesty from others. This means because she's honest, she wants others to be too. By the same token, if you're allowed a break, so should everyone else be. This means fairness should apply equally. The next phrase is by virtue of something. By virtue of something means because of or as a result of. She got the promotion by virtue of hard work. This means she earned it due to her effort. He's eligible by virtue of his experience. This means his qualifications make him suitable. By virtue of being the eldest, she inherited the house. This means because she was the oldest, she received it. The next word is leap. Leap means to jump or move quickly and suddenly. The cat made a leap onto the table. This means it jumped up quickly. He took a leap of faith and started a business. This means he made a bold decision without certainty. The deer leapt over the fence. This means it jumped across with ease. The next word is bound, used in the sense of movement or being likely. Bound can mean to jump or to be heading somewhere or to be certain or destined. The dog came bounding across the yard. This means it was running with big jumps. She's bound for Paris next week. This means she's going to Paris. He's bound to succeed with that attitude. This means he's very likely to succeed. The next phrase is by leaps and bounds. By leaps and bounds means very quickly and noticeably, especially in growth or improvement. His English has improved by leaps and bounds. This means his progress is very fast and clear. The company is growing by leaps and bounds. This means it's expanding rapidly. Her confidence increased by leaps and bounds. This means she became much more confident in a short time. The next phrase is in leaps and bounds. In leaps and bounds means very rapidly or with great progress. Her vocabulary is growing in leaps and bounds. This means she's learning many new words very quickly. The technology has advanced in leaps and bounds. This means there has been fast and major progress. His confidence developed in leaps and bounds. This means he became much more confident in a short time. The next phrase is call it a day. Call it a day means to stop working for the day or to decide to stop doing something. We've done enough, let's call it a day. This means let's stop working now. It was getting late, so we called it a day. This means we decided to stop because it was time. After 30 years in politics, she finally called it a day. This means she decided to retire. The next phrase is call somebody names. Call somebody names means to insult or tease someone using unkind words. The kids were calling him names on the playground. This means they were using rude or mean words. Don't call people names. It's hurtful. This means don't insult others. He got upset when they called him names. This means he was hurt by the insults. The next phrase is cannot afford. Cannot afford means to not have enough money or resources to do or have something. I can't afford a new car. This means I don't have the money for one. We can't afford to waste time. This means time is too limited or precious. They couldn't afford the rent. This means they didn't have enough money to pay it. The next phrase is can't very well do something. Can't very well do something means it would be inappropriate, unfair, or unreasonable to do something. You can't very well leave without saying goodbye. This means it wouldn't be polite or acceptable. He can't very well ask for help after ignoring us. This means it wouldn't be reasonable for him to ask. We can't very well blame her. She didn't know. This means it's unfair to hold her responsible. The next phrase is carry weight. Carry weight means to be influential or taken seriously. His opinion carries a lot of weight in the industry. This means people respect and follow his views. Her words carry weight with the team. This means what she says matters to others. Experience often carries more weight than education. This means experience is sometimes more valued. The next phrase is cast a spell on somebody. Cast a spell on somebody means to use magic to affect someone, or figuratively, to deeply charm or fascinate them. The witch cast a spell on the prince. This means she used magic to change or control him. She cast a spell on him with her beauty. This means he was mesmerized by how beautiful she was. The music cast a spell on the audience. This means it deeply captivated and enchanted them. The next phrase is cast a vote. Cast a vote means to formally express your choice in an election or decision-making process. Each citizen has the right to cast a vote. This means they are allowed to vote. She cast her vote in favor of the proposal. This means she voted to support the proposal. They went to the polling station to cast their votes. This means they went to vote in an election. The next phrase is cast your vote. Cast your vote means to choose formally by voting, especially in elections or meetings. Don't forget to cast your vote tomorrow. This means remember to go and vote. You can cast your vote online or in person. This means you have two voting options. He cast his vote for the new candidate. This means he chose the new candidate in the election. The next phrase is cast doubt on somebody. Cast doubt on somebody means to make people uncertain about someone's honesty, ability, or character. The scandal cast doubt on the politician. This means people began to question his trustworthiness. His inconsistent story cast doubt on him. This means his honesty became questionable. Critics cast doubt on the researcher's methods. This means they suspected something might be wrong. The next phrase is cast doubt on something. Cast doubt on something means to make others question whether something is true or reliable. New evidence cast doubt on the report. This means people began to question its accuracy. The results cast doubt on the effectiveness of the drug. This means the drug might not work as well as thought. This theory casts doubt on earlier assumptions. This means it challenges what was previously believed. The next phrase is cast your mind back. Cast your mind back means to try to remember something from the past. Cast your mind back to your first day at school. This means try to recall that memory. Can you cast your mind back to last summer? This means, can you remember what happened then? She cast her mind back to the moment they met. This means she remembered the time they first met. The next phrase is catch somebody off guard. Catch somebody off guard means to surprise someone, especially when they are not prepared. The question caught him off guard. This means he wasn't expecting it and didn't know how to respond. The storm caught us off guard. This means it came suddenly and we weren't ready. She was caught off guard by the sudden news. This means the news surprised her. The next phrase is catch somebody's eye. Catch somebody's eye means to attract someone's attention, especially visually. That painting really caught my eye. This means I noticed it immediately because it stood out. He caught her eye across the room. This means they looked at each other and noticed one another. The bright colors caught the child's eye. This means the colors drew the child's attention. The next phrase is catch sight of something. Catch sight of something means to suddenly notice or see something briefly. I caught sight of a rainbow on my way home. This means I saw a rainbow for a moment. She caught sight of her friend in the crowd. This means she spotted her friend quickly. He caught sight of a deer in the forest. This means he saw a deer unexpectedly. The next phrase is claim credit for something. Claim credit for something means to say that you are responsible for a good result or achievement. He claimed credit for the project's success. This means he said he was the reason it succeeded. No one should claim credit for others' work. This means people shouldn't take praise they don't deserve. The team claimed credit for the breakthrough. This means they said they made the breakthrough happen. The next phrase is claim responsibility for something. Claim responsibility for something means to say that you are responsible for something bad or serious. The group claimed responsibility for the attack. This means they said they were behind it. No one claimed responsibility for the mistake. This means no one admitted to causing it. He claimed responsibility for the accident. This means he said it was his fault. The next phrase is claim success in doing something. Claim success in doing something means to declare that you have achieved something. The company claimed success in reducing costs. This means they said they had managed to lower expenses. The scientist claimed success in her experiment. This means she said her test had worked. He claimed success in passing the exam. This means he announced that he had passed. The next phrase is clear the air. Clear the air means to talk openly about a problem to remove tension or misunderstanding. They had a long talk to clear the air. This means they discussed their issues to solve them. A meeting helped clear the air between the coworkers. This means it reduced the tension. We need to clear the air after that argument. This means we should talk and settle things. The next phrase is collect yourself. Collect yourself means to regain control of your emotions or thoughts. She paused to collect herself before speaking. This means she took a moment to calm down. He needed a minute to collect himself after the shock. This means he had to calm his feelings. I left the room to collect myself. This means I needed to get emotionally steady. The next phrase is collect your thoughts. Collect your thoughts means to organize what you are thinking before speaking or acting. Give me a moment to collect my thoughts. This means I need a bit of time to think clearly. He paused to collect his thoughts before answering. This means he took time to plan his reply. She walked away to collect her thoughts. This means she needed time to think things through.